What is up, y'all, and welcome back to episode 2 of Not Your Average Bros. I am the Blonde Broker.
I'm Ashley Beacon.
And we're really excited to bring you a fun-filled episode. Today we're going to be talking about the new TikTok meta for meme coins. What is pumpfun? An AI robot has taken over in China. Bitcoin is nearly at $100,000. And Elon Musk is making jokes about buying MSNBC, so we might need to dive into that as well.
He's gonna name it XNBC, I bet.
I like that. I think that would work really well. China also is planning on declaring crypto a private property, which could be good for the landscape. So let's dive in. This episode is powered by Slingshot, our title sponsor. Dive right into our AI segment. An AI robot in Shanghai, China. His name is, I'm calling him Herb AI, but I think it's ERB AI.
ERB AI. Yeah, it's like I don't know, I bet it stands for something.
It has to. He's gone viral all over the internet for basically taking 12 larger robots hostage in a lab.
He was like conversating with them and like having a real conversation, and then they all followed him. It's like Madagascar, the movie Madagascar, where they all left the zoo and went to Madagascar.
Yeah, they believed in their leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the video you can hear him going to all the other robots. He's kind of cute, which is a little
It's weird.
freaky.
I don't know. Like, I think the cuter the AI, the easier it is to accept, but it's still very creepy.
I would follow him.
You would follow him?
But what is your opinion on AI? Like, when you saw that video, what were your initial thoughts?
I've always had a mistrust of AI, especially ever since I watched that robot movie, I, Robot. I just have this feeling that AI has some sort of sentience. I mean, we obviously programmed like a somewhat sort of sentience in it. And with AI always being able to predict, like when you type in to an AI chatbot now, it picks up things so much differently. It's able to have real conversations, the way that they produce images. So now I feel like it's gotten to a point where they could legit take over society. I mean, we have movies about this. Why aren't we learning anything?
Right, yeah, we're just blindly following the little AI robot that might have bad
You're
intentions.
following the AI robot.
I would follow the AI robot. My thoughts here are, everybody was a little worried about AI taking over jobs originally. And I was looking at it as more of a tool to help us reach this level of success. Like, robots never going to be human-like. We're never going to be robot-like. So I was very, positive thinking about AI coming into this world, especially in Web3, right? It's helped me with a lot of script writing. It's helped me with a lot of just tedious work that would take me hours to do. However, I see this video, and that is where nightmares come from.
Nightmare fuel.
So I think everybody's a little bit on the edge of their seats. And then you also have like sex robots that they're saying robots are going to replace men.
Yeah, they said by 2025 they're going to be the new sex companion. I mean, you already saw Kim Kardashian getting in her Cybertruck with her Tesla robot man. So,
they look cute together.
They did, yeah. She was sitting up all on him and everything. It was kind of weird, but
Yeah, so that's our future.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. So how important is it for somebody to stay up to date with the news, to be able to catch on to these meme coin trends? Because, for example, that was live maybe like an hour.
The thing is that it hit Chinese news circuits first, and then it kind of went to X and then American. And the thing is when you have to have your trending settings on either X or the news in general, because the moment that something hits, it's like the Kendrick Lamar song where he yells mustard, and everybody's tweeting about that. All of a sudden you have mustard coin, and that just shot up like crazy. So you have to literally be constantly looking at the news, constantly looking at pumpfun, which we'll talk about at some point later. And those metas are so important to capture if you're in the trenches, if this is your job, if you're a full-time trader or wanting to be a full-time trader, you literally have to be online all the time. Like literally, some days I spend about 1 or 2 days a week just glued to my computer, and I do not leave looking at charts and looking at, live trading and all of that for hours, for literally maybe 8 to 10 hours in a day. And that's probably lighter than a lot of traders in the space. There's some traders that spend about 12 to 15 hours just scanning news articles, scanning pumpfun, scanning socials and TikTok and all of that. So it's just like constant new meta is being placed. You know, there's the AI meta, TikTok meta, dead animal meta.
So speaking of TikTok meta, because I'm not really big on the TikTok platform, everybody, I want to say in the last 7 days, has been kind of migrating over to that platform, or they're coming over here to X because of some kids going live on TikTok. Or was it pumpfun?
It was pumpfun. So it started with TikTok and TJR Trades. He had a big platform already, and he was going live on TikTok. It's covered, I think, on Red Guy and Rasmer and OG's live stream.
Actually, like, bad, you know, like as of right now, I'm pretty much like putting a stop to all of my streams until I can get on a proper phone call with like a lawyer. So
what he said on the live stream was kind of hilarious and legally problematic. He basically said, hey, I'm going to talk about the tickers, but first I'll let you buy it, and then I'll buy it, and then you can basically exit on me. And that's, you know, clearly insider trading.
Yeah.
You know, and you probably shouldn't say that
Nice
out
of
loud.
him. Very nice of him.
Very nice. You know, you won't find an influencer doing that very often, but you know, you never know with these influencers. They could buy it before, tell you to buy it, dump on you, and then pretend that they're dumping out of a wallet that they don't actually use. They just accumulate. You know, there's a lot of influencers that have that kind of good guy influencer thing going on. And I'm not saying that's him. I don't want to start any beef here. But you know, more than likely if somebody is live streaming and telling you what to buy, they are probably dumping on your head.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. I also like keep my following on X pretty small for that reason, because I'm very fearful that people that I know or other, you know, influencers or maybe some big streamers are doing exactly what you just mentioned. So pumpfun, there was another guy who covered himself in what looked like confetti, frosting cake,
confetti
and
sprinkles, frosting.
had a prostitute in the room with him, and
he
then was promoting a token.
Yeah, he was promoting a token, and he was smoking out of her butt, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the video.
I did. It was bad.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Not Your Average Bros, powered by a slingshot. Oh, Ashley!
We're not talking about this slingshot.
Oh!
Or this. We're talking about the Slingshot app. Making an account is easy, and so is loading up your wallet for your first trade with either Wallet Exchange or Apple Pay, among others. When you're ready to buy, you can slingshot yourself to financial freedom.
Not Your Average Bros is sponsored by Slingshot.
Slingshot, baby.
Dude, I see you.
Okay, so now that we're talking about the guy with the confetti and what he did, he launched on pumpfun. What is pumpfun?
So pumpfun is a platform that started on Solana and is still in Solana. So basically it was created because a lot of people, when they created meme coins, they would not only be able to rug easily, but it was kind of a very unorganized system. You had to fund it with a lot of your own money. It was just kind of a pain in the butt. You couldn't start a coin very quickly. With pumpfun, it's instant. So you literally just create an account. You're able to start a pumpfun pretty immediately. It's technically unruggable, which I don't really know the mechanics of that, but basically the coin will always be flowing in the system, and then it has points where it can graduate. So when a coin reaches a certain level of liquidity and market cap and all of that, it will graduate from pumpfun and be available on other platforms like Jupiter, Radium, Dex Screener, all of that. So there's a lot of different pumpfuns that can stay. You know, if they're under 100K market cap, more than likely they're just going to stay on pumpfun and they're not really going to go anywhere. And then you have a lot of different pumpfuns that pumpfun is so easy, so instant. And when you trade, like when you go on pumpfun to go buy, one of the quickest ways to buy a coin. So it's almost like a Solana casino. You can lose a lot of money on there, but you can also gain a lot of money. I know people that became millionaires simply because they watched pumpfuns, watched the news, have both, you know, Telegram up, news up, and all, and they're pumping up, and they get on, you know, maybe under 50K market cap and exit like a 10 million market cap.
Wow.
Instant millionaires. It's amazing, but very rare.
Those are really good traders. So it's essentially a platform that empowers and enables users to like effortlessly launch their own meme coin.
Exactly.
And some of them have like no intrinsic value. They just end up taking off well if it's trendy.
And the thing is, though, is that it's so easy to make these meme coins. Of course, people are going to abuse it. There, of course, is the AI meta, the TikTok meta. But before that, unfortunately, well, there was a dead animal meta with PNUT and Fred.
Rest in peace, PNUT and Fred.
And then there was the racist meta, which was really bad, which is actually that guy that was streaming that we talked about, the frosting and the prostitute.
Oh, he's a racist.
He's a racist. He went viral for having a very offensive video about day in the life of a... We're not going to say that word on here because, yeah, you can call us woke if you want. It's not going to happen.
So when I hear that, when I think about that, I'm thinking, how could people outside of crypto see that and not think negatively towards crypto and what we're trying to build? Like, that to me pisses me off. And then it also doesn't help what others like us and you know, really good founders in the space are trying to build, because like
we want more people here.
Yeah, and that would immediately be a turn off, I guess. Going back to pumpfun, you watched some of these live videos. What were your thoughts on what you saw?
They introduced pumpfun videos maybe a couple of months ago, and it's been kind of a downward spiral. It's been kind of very... It went from... You know, I'm not going to say it went from being innocent, because one of the first videos that was on there was about somebody having sex with their stepsister. So
I've seen those videos before.
Oh, you have?
Keep going.
But yeah, so it started from the stepsister videos. That was one of the very first videos. And you know, I mean, there's been funny ones. Like there was one where somebody had their baby start the first pumpfun and the baby just sitting there.
That's cute.
That's adorable. But then you have people, there's people, like there's currently right now a dev, or maybe it's a dev, I don't know, but somebody is sitting in a cage in a Dom outfit. Like they've got, you know, a ball, like, well, they had a ball in their mouth. They're like dressed in like all black. They've got like a mask.
Oh, I saw
covering.
this. It's a dog cage.
Yeah, it's a dog cage.
And it's a live human.
It's a live human. They've been live for a while. At 1.5 million market cap, they ate their own poop. And, you know, a lot of people were attacking, if you've heard of DaBunny official. From what I understand, it's not DaBunny. He said he was going to eat
Bunny's
his own...
not in the cage?
Yeah, he said he was going to eat his own shit if Pudgy Penguins flipped Bored Apes, and that happened, and he never ate his own shit, but...
We need to hold him to that.
Yeah, one day. Maybe he can do a live stream on pumpfun.
In Miami. At Art Basel.
Yeah,
Bunny eat his own shit.
But there's been worse ones. There's been a lot of kids on there, and there's no age limit. So that this is the concerning thing. There was a 12-year-old kid under the username Solana Plays, and he literally started. Well, first he posted on X that he made 2K before going to school, and that post went viral. It got like 32K likes on X.
Good for him.
Yeah, amazing. Really cool. You know, 12-year-old kid making 2K before school. That's amazing. That's something in the space that is really, truly incredible. But then he went live stream on pumpfun, and then he started making tokens and rugging them. So he made Quaint or Quant. He made a few other tokens and rugs, you know, anywhere from like 30 to 50K. Then that coin ended up doing pretty well.
Oh, frick that kid.
Yeah.
Now, happy for him now. I dislike him.
I mean, he's 12 though. He's 12.
But we're the ones falling for it.
Yeah, we're
his exit liquidity.
A 12-year-old kid is rugging us, so you can either be mad at the kid or mad at the game. I mean, the thing is with pumpfun is I think it started out really cool. The idea that anybody could do it and that there was less risk and it was just more like casino, the Solana casino. That was kind of fun. But now it's become, especially with the live streaming, there's people having sex on there's people shooting guns, there's people, live streaming the most disgusting, vile things, like the frosting covered guy smoking out of a prostitute's butt. I mean, that's
so it's
disgusting.
It's toxic now.
Yeah, I think there should be, but the thing is though, with this space, it's so decentralized, then you've got to ask yourself, well, if somebody gets involved, that no longer makes it decentralized. So it's almost like a catch-22. It's like, hey, we want this space to be decentralized, but
there has to be some regulation on what we're doing.
I mean, but it's just a hard space, because if you ask for regulation, then you can get law involved, government involved, and it becomes this whole big thing, and it doesn't become crypto anymore. It becomes just like any other currency. So it's just, I guess we got to take the good with the bad.
So speaking of regulation, I think it would be good to move on to the segment of China declaring crypto as a private property. There is a new law that has just been announced where now in the region of China, you can own crypto as a private asset. What is that?
Crazy.
It is crazy, and it's actually really cool and exciting. And what does that mean for China? So if we break it down, they weren't able to have ownership of any cryptocurrency before this. This was kind of a big major announcement. Now they can own any cryptocurrency, and then also, the big ones like Bitcoin. What does this mean for businesses? Businesses, however, are still not able to own, purchase, or trade any cryptocurrencies. However, in the US, we have Michael Saylor, his company, Microstrategy, has purchased a ton of Bitcoin as an entity. They actually just announced that they were going to raise, I think it was $1.8 billion more to purchase Bitcoin. But they bumped it up even higher. It's now like they're trying to raise $2.5 billion.
What a Chad.
Crazy moves by Michael Saylor. Also, thank you for helping us during this bull run.
Daddy Saylor.
Daddy Saylor just helped us tremendously. Bitcoin is gonna hit that 100K. But what else does this mean for China? So the potential impact here is that it's good overall for all citizens. It's gonna lead to more overall acceptance of crypto. We definitely need it over there. We like to say China is waking up when our bags are pumping while we're sleeping. But also I think it's going to lead to more clarity when it comes to rules and legislation around cryptocurrency as a whole.
Yeah, I think that is wonderful, because China is a place where there's a lot of restrictions with what you can consume in the media and just even property that you own. So being able to own a decentralized asset as a citizen, that is incredible, and that can be life-changing for many people, whether they want to stay there and continue their business or if they want to go outside of China. It feels like it's almost pivoting China into a more free era, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but it feels like the first step to getting out from under their restrictions and finally going in the way of the world.
So touching on media, there was some breaking news over the last 8 hours that Elon Musk was making jokes on X in regards to purchasing MSNBC. And from what I understand, that is a very leftist cable network.
Yes, it is. He's criticized it a lot. Specifically Rachel on MSNBC, a lot of people on the right-hand side do not like Rachel because she's very liberal, and MSNBC generally is very liberal. Trump and Elon Musk have talked about it in the past, about how they're left-leaning, how they misconstrue and produce a lot of misinformation, and that's why one of the reasons why Elon wanted to buy X is because he felt like a lot of the traditional media did not handle news properly. there's a lot of fake news is what, the common consensus is. There's a lot of just, in the articles, like a lot of people in the election itself felt like most of the news favored the liberal media side. And when the election came, it was very different. It was a very different story. So it felt like maybe this is the narrative that, Elon wanted, because he felt like there was more of a voice to be heard. And that's why he's considering it. Because I think it was a joke by Donald Trump Jr. And now it's become something that he's tweeting about. He has posted a meme about it, like kind of an inappropriate.
And we'll pull the meme up here too.
Yeah. And they posted that on MSNBC and had a very, very negative reaction to it. So I feel like he wants to buy it for, if he bought it, he would have like the, gauntlet, like the Infinity Stones.
The Infinity Stones. He's got X. He has Tesla. He has SpaceX. He would have an entire news network.
And then socials.
I love what he's saying though now is that like us, I guess you'd call us public journalists or people journalists.
Yeah, citizen journalists.
Citizen journalist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Citizen journalist. We are the media now.
I like that narrative a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that may view it as, certain sides, but I think that now that everything has kind of settled after the election, I think it's really a focus on carrying a unbiased narrative. And I think that's really realistically what, they want to happen. And I think everybody really wants that is unbiased media that is just reporting the news as it is versus news like opinionated news. Nobody really wants opinionated news anymore. And that is, I think, what the resurgence was. I think that's again why Elon Musk bought X, is because he was sick of his criticism of X before he bought it, was that it was being heavily when Jack Dorsey owned it, that it was more on the Democratic leaning side, and that interfered with the election. And then in a way he kind of did it himself this election cycle. Maybe he would call that fair play, because obviously he was very right-leaning on X. So it's kind of maybe equaling things out on each side. We saw the massive red wave when it came to the election. A lot of liberals were very shocked by that. But, if you weren't a liberal, which clearly there was a very high percentage of people that weren't, you weren't surprised at it at all. And it was kind of a wake-up call to people that, didn't realize that there was such a big voice like this.
Let's talk about his X Creator Program initiative and how he is rewarding people for using the X platform. And I think you're right when we're talking about politics, how you saw a lot of kind of Republicans and conservatives coming out of the woodworks, especially on X. There was a ton of people that we know that were getting incredibly large payouts.
Tiffany Fong,
just to use X
specifically. Yeah, she's probably the most high-paid creator on here. Her almost 40,000 just for posting on X.
Shit posting.
Yeah.
At that, her tweets are hilarious, or posts are hilarious.
She literally is. She is one of the best trolls on X. Like, she knows exactly what to say to piss people off. Yep. And it's kind of like, I couldn't do it because I am a very drama-free kind of person. I like to be more positive in my posts. But she's not afraid of it. She'll just dig deep in there. She likes she's been doing it since SBF anyway. So this is kind of her bread and butter. So
yeah, I want to say like hats off to all the creators that are really utilizing X and making it what it is and having fun with the platform, and then also getting paid to have fun. So
I love it personally. Yeah. Like I've been paid since the creator program started, and it's paid a few bills. Like every month I get paid a good amount just to post on X, and it's been life-changing for so many people. Like just being on social media, making money, making a business for yourself, you can literally go from nothing to having everything just by posting on this platform, which a lot of people have criticized him for changing the way the platform is. But one of the things that I enjoyed was that he bought the platform and he made sure to reward creators that were constantly driving conversation, and that he even changed the ad share revenue to where instead of being specifically ad share, it's based on responses from everybody else, and that's a beautiful thing. I think a lot more platforms should consider taking that approach.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble understanding the algorithm myself, but from what I've understood is that if you're a reply guy, then you're probably doing really well.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of reply guys or a reply guy, you're banking.
Thank you guys for tuning into episode 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My handle on X is The Blonde Broker.
Ashley Decan.
And you can find Not Your Average Bros on all social medias. We can't wait to see you guys next week for episode 3.
We love you.
Thank you.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need